Hey, busy dads. I've got another great video for you today, and it's called Six Steps to Successful Meal Planning. Now, I was inspired to do this video from a gentleman I'm working with, and he is one of the first things he wanted to do is to create a meal plan, and that was his first step towards weight loss success. So, we walked through this process together and created some different steps. And I just wanted to talk to you about that today. So, number one, decide. Now, only you can decide what if meal planning is a part of your what you need to do for your weight loss success. If you're carrying if you need to lose a lot of weight, or if you've tried to lose weight before and haven't succeeded, or you're very busy and you don't have a lot of time, I would recommend meal planning. I think that it's a great tool and greatly increases your chance for success with weight loss. So make the decision. And the key here is making the decision ahead of time. So when you're hungry and you're in the moment, you don't want to have to make the decision, get the food. There's all these steps. But if you go and get the food ahead of time and you have it pre-made, all you've got to do is pull it out of your cooler. Um, and that could be at work or at home. If you've got the meal made already, like I use these little glass jars and plastic tops or whatever, and I just put like my meat, my cheese, all of that in there, and I can just grab it out of the refrigerator, put it in my cooler, and just go. It's so it's so much easier, and it doesn't take that long to really prepare them. So the first part is making the decision. That's the mental part. so, and another mental part is scheduling it. So we know that what gets scheduled gets done. So if you don't already have a calendar, I would say that a lot of your life is going to randomness. What do I mean by that? In other words, you're waking up each day and you're whatever's the fire at that moment, that's what you're doing. Whoever is asking for your time, that's what's happening. But if you pre-plan what you're going to do that day, then you're getting things done that are important to you and you're moving towards your goals. And so I would recommend having time in your calendar and putting meal planning in there. That way it gets done because that's important to you. And that's what we're here for, is so that your health can be optimized and you can meet your goals so that you can serve your family better, serve your kids better, um, serve the way you want to serve. And so by scheduling it, you're optimizing your time, you're making it a priority. Don't let your life go to randomness. We just talked about that. So what's on your calendar gets done. Um, Not always, but a lot more than if you're trying to remember it in your head, or use a to-do list. So number three, what are you eating? Now this is very important. You've got to enjoy what you're eating. Not only do you want to make it a lifestyle factor, you want to make it sustainable. So you have to enjoy it. Sustainable. You want to make it easy. Like my meals are easy. My wife will help me, so she'll make the ground beef. She'll make like 4 pounds at a time. She will cook the organ meats, different things like that. I have it all right there, and then I just portion it out the way I want to for whatever I'm trying to do at that time. It's real easy. I can I can make 3 days worth of meals in about 30 minutes. So, and then the thing is, on those days, I don't even have to think about it anymore. I don't have to think about it at the time. I don't think about it anymore. I just grab it and go. Um, so having variety. You want variety, and now variety or not being bored with your meals is really an individual choice. I mean, if you find that that's something important for you, then for all means, include that. Give yourself choices. Um, this gentleman I was working with, he wanted variety and choices in his meal plan. So that was something that's important for him, and that definitely may be important for you. Now, he was going to decide what he was eating, his 3 to 5 choices, on Wednesday. Okay? And then the shopping list. The shopping list, you want to stick with it. So the shopping list is going to have, those 3 to 5 meals or whatever you're deciding to eat for the following week. You're going to have on that shopping list what you need to get at the store on that list and nothing else. um, and his deadline for having the shopping list done was Friday. Shop for the food. Now, what worked for him was shopping on Saturday. I don't really recommend Saturdays because they're busy. Everybody else is there. I shop during the week, and that's usually when I'm off and is more convenient, and I'll go early, and there's just not as many people. So I like that better. But whatever works for you. Go early, get what is on your list, involve your families. I your family. I just I like to take my kids. It gives the wife a break from the kids, and then the kids get to learn some great life lessons by seeing where our food comes from. That it doesn't just magically show up in the refrigerator or the cupboard, and they get to learn how our resources are spent, um, and just some good life lessons about how to grocery shop. And it's a great for like teaching moments. And this gentleman, he does his shopping on Saturday. He wanted to make his meals on Sunday, and whatever works for you. I make my meals twice a week, so I'll make 3 or 4 days of meals at one time. Now, if you're busy all during the week, batching and making a whole week's worth of meals may be the right move for you. So, just put an hour or maybe an hour and a half aside at the end of each week and make your meals for the week. Um, and again, you can involve the family. You can have your wife or your spouse, if you're married, make part of your meals. See, like for me, all my wife does the cooking, and then I just portion it out, and so I organize the meal, and so that's how we work with that. You can have the kids up there and have them learning about cooking and how to put meals together. It's great skills so that they can prepare their own food and they're not always depending on mommy or daddy to make their meals for them. And then I want to end this video on talking about failure and success. So, you know, failure is a strong word, but on anything new, change is hard. And along the way, you may have some times where you're not doing things perfect or the way you plan, and you may call that failure. But I want to say that failure is necessary for success. And in order to get to success, you're going to have some failures along the way. This is a big thing that you're doing, that you're changing your health, that you're planning out your meals and stuff, and that you're creating this healthy lifestyle for yourself and your family, your spouse. You're having an influence on a lot of people, and this is important. And everything is not going to go perfect, and it's just you have to really think about what your thoughts are on that. But failure is necessary for success. And I just want to just say, give yourself grace. If you don't do things perfect, you can easily get back on the bandwagon and start next week. As you go through the process of losing weight and finding out what works for you, things will be perfected along the way. And you'll find what works for you. So if you need more support or you need help around meal planning or anything else in your weight loss journey, feel free to reach out to me. I'm easy to get a hold of. You can send me a direct message. You can reach me on my website at brianjknight.com, or you can sign up for a free call with me. I have the link in the notes to this video. So I hope you have an amazing day, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye for now.